In New Jersey, a financial issue that comes up in many cases is child support. If there's children in the case, there needs to be child support and a contribution to the children's college if they go to college. Well, in New Jersey, there's child support guidelines. And the guidelines is the computer program. And the way it's determined, it determines parties' child support if they fit under the guidelines. The first thing you need to know about the guidelines is the combined net income of both parents has to be less than $187,600 in order to fit into the guidelines. So if your net income after taxes is $200,000, it's not a guidelines case. If it's $188,000, it's not a guidelines case. It has to be $187,600 or less to be a guidelines case. And in the guidelines, there's 5 factors that the lawyers will put into the guideline computation. That is, how much money does each person own? How much money does each party earn a year? Is there alimony being paid and received in the case? How many overnights does each parent spend with the children? Very important factor. Who pays for the medical insurance? And is there a daycare expense? Those are the 5 factors. And whether or not the children are over 12. If the children are over 12, there's an additional or a calculating figure that's higher, because the older children are, the more expensive they are. So once you put those 5 assumptions into the guidelines, what I just mentioned, it then kicks out a number for child support. Of course, how many children you have. So you put 3 children, income, alimony, those 4 answers, those 4 facts you have to put in, 5 facts, and the program throws out a number. And if the program throws out a number of 462, it's 462 a week for all 3 kids. It's not 462 times 3. It's $462 a week for all 3 kids. Remember, when we're doing child support, it's 4.3 weeks in a month. It's never 4 weeks, because there's 4 months of every year or 5 months of every year where we have 5 weeks. So the calculation for child support is on a 4.3 weeks. Same with alimony, 4.3 weeks. So child support, when it's governed by the guidelines, the New Jersey support guidelines, is done in that manner. What is important to note, and why the non-custodial parent often fights for parenting time, at 104 overnights a year, or 28% of the overtime of the parenting time. If a dad who's a working dad and mom's a stay-at-home, if dad is getting 104 overnights a year, that's 28% of the time, or a 10 and 4 parenting time schedule. 4 overnights every other week. 26 times 4 is 104. Dad then gets that's where the discount on the child support guidelines is built in. If you're getting 52 overnights in child support, if you have 52 overnights a year, and the child support is figured out, and then you get 78 overnights the following year, everything else is the same. You got 26 more overnights. Your child support will go down a little bit because you have more overnights, but not a lot, maybe $15 a week. But from 78 overnights to 104 overnights, it will drop maybe $50 a week. That is the built-in point where the non-custodial parents seek to get 104 overnights. From 104 to the next jump, which would be 5 times 26 or 130 overnights, there is not that big drop again. It's another $15 drop. So only at 104 is the big discount. And that's why the non-custodial parents seek to get 104. One of the reasons they seek to get it. Of course, some actually want it. But there are oftentimes a motivation to get to 104 for lower child support. Overnights really determine how much it is along with income.